I would now like to invite Bro's groomsman, someone who shares his same zest, passion and enthusiasm in life. I'm told it's his brother from another mother. Chris, please come forward and say a few words.
I got some of the sexy music as the intro. Happy about that one. So good evening, everyone. My name's Chris, and I'm Mahesh's brother from another mother. I am also one of the groomsmen, and I worked out just before that I'm the shortest one. Yeah. But I'm not insecure, so don't worry about that. I currently live in Shanghai, in China, and so just a couple of days ago, I was experiencing a place that's very different from here. So the sky is not blue, and we need to go out with a mask just to breathe in air outside. So it's so wonderful to be here in New Zealand with blue sky, wonderful clean air, and I'm so touched to be invited and to have the privilege to attend this really monumental occasion. Okay, so this is the first Hindi wedding that I've attended. You too? Oh, Hindu. Oh, sorry. Not you too, okay. I would have been surprised because I thought, yeah, all right. So it's a Hindu. It clearly shows this is the first Hindu wedding that I've attended, yeah. However, there are many similarities actually between a Hindu wedding and a Chinese wedding. So I actually thought before that Chinese weddings had a lot of symbolism, through all of these different sort of things that happen on the stage that represent something new. But I think the Indian and Hindu wedding just takes it to a new level, really. The Chinese community generally in other places also is very close and tight-knit, so everyone knows each other. Yeah? Over the past couple of days, I've noticed that the Indian community kind of is pretty close as well. So, for example, meeting the other groomsmen, so Madhav and Hema, having met through Sunny, yeah? Sunny and Mahesh. And then Sunny and Manali meeting through Divya, yeah? And then Divya and Praz meeting through Mahesh. So it's a really small community we've got here, I've realized as well. Yeah. But not just the Indian community, I want to talk about the Sri Lankan community. And I've had, yeah, give it up for the Sri Lankan community. Pravina, your mother is awesome. I was chatting with your mother in the past couple of days, and it was like chatting with my own mother, where she was asking me about what I'm doing with my life. But heads up, she's expecting a grandchild very soon. That's pretty similar to my mum as well, yeah. Okay, so unlike Sunny, I'm not married, so I haven't gone through a wedding, and Mahesh hasn't spoken at my wedding. So if and when I do get married, there could be repercussions based on what I say today. So I might keep it quite nice and friendly. I want to keep it short and sweet. I know there are many people talking today, but I've come all the way from China, so I'm going to talk as long as I want. No. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that. I will keep it short and sweet. I want to talk about the first time that I met Mahesh. So I know Mahesh because we were both living in Sydney a few years ago. Yeah. Well, he's still there, and I've now been deported. But I was living in Sydney, and we were working for the same company, a company called Third Horizon. So I remember the first time we met, and then Mahesh was really insistent. Chris, what are you doing this Friday night? I just moved to Sydney. I didn't know anyone, so I had no plans. I'm not doing anything on Friday night, Mahesh. What are you doing this Friday night? And Mahesh is like, Chris, we're going out this Friday night. So I was like, okay. What happened on that Friday night? I experienced 3 firsts that Friday night. Oh, yes. So we began the evening at, was it a Japanese restaurant? At a Japanese restaurant, it was Mahesh, myself, and these two women that Mahesh brought. So within the space of 1 hour, a lot of nice food, nice ordinary food, and a lot of drinks, the girl next to me turned to me and started kissing me. So that was a first. Another first that evening is, when you go home, you take a taxi. Usually you take a taxi, you hand over the money, then you get out of there. We were in a taxi and the taxi driver wouldn't let us leave. Do you remember why? So I was in the front, so something was happening in the back, and we needed to pay the taxi driver an extra $50 for something before he would let us leave. I can't remember what that was. And the third first for me that night was by the end of the evening, I had some guy who had fallen asleep and just passed out on my bed. And that guy was Mahesh. So the next morning, as I looked at the sunrise of that Saturday morning, I just had one thought in my mind. And that thought was, I need to spend more time with this guy, Mahesh. So since then, I have spent more time with Mahesh, and truth be told, we actually haven't known each other for that long. But the connection, the bond is strong. And I want to talk about more about that bond. So when I think about Mahesh, I think about a man who's comfortable with his emotions. Who agrees with me on that one? Okay. This man is comfortable with his emotions, and he wants other people to be as well. He's the only guy that can look at me, smile just like he's smiling now, not say a word, and have me still feeling comfortable. If anyone else was doing that, I'd feel a bit awkward, but when Mahesh does that to me, I feel a certain connection. One time Mahesh shared with me something, and I hope you don't mind me sharing. Wasn't asking, but I was just a hope, yeah. So he shared with me, he said, Chris, I've got this lovely girlfriend, Pravina. And, Chris, and he sort of, sat me down. It's like, Chris, something like a father would do. Let me teach you a bit of something to, how to deal with women, right? Something like that. So it's like, Chris, when I talk to Pravina, I tell her how it is, So this is Mahesh talking big. So I tell her how it is, I tell her that she needs to open up more. She needs to make herself vulnerable to me, right? So I'm sitting down and thinking, okay, Mahesh, taking notes. What else do you do, Mahesh? What else? Yeah, what else can I learn from you? So then he went on, but the long and short of it was, I'm in control of this relationship. That was the gist I got. So the next day, we actually had lunch. Maybe you don't remember this, but we had lunch, the three of us. And, we were sitting down at a restaurant doing something as simple as ordering food. And then Mahesh, said, I think this is what we're going to order today. We're going to order this, this, and this, and we're going to share it. I loved Pravina's reaction. It was a giggle. I don't think so. That was enough for me to know that maybe there's more than one side to this story. Yeah. So Mahesh has really met his match. Sorry. I got influenced by Sunny's, what Sunny was saying before. Mahesh has really met his match in Pravina, and it gives me so much joy to see that. Pravina, even though I've only met your mother a couple of days ago, I can really sense that you have so much that you've inherited from her in terms of a strong determination, someone who's obviously very beautiful, and someone who's willing to stand up for what you think is right, And I know that all of these are qualities that Mahesh deeply finds desirable and very sexy. I'm so happy that he has met you. And I'm so happy and it means so much to me because Mahesh means so much to me. So since high school, I've got a few friends that are really close to me who I've known since high school. And the only good friend that I've made in the past 15 years has been Mahesh. Hi. And so I better finish up quickly before this gets a bit embarrassing. But I want to say that, yeah, there is a Chinese proverb. Even though I've been living in China for a while, my Mandarin is still pretty terrible. But there is a Chinese proverb which goes, by the way, does anyone speak Mandarin here? One or two? Okay, I better be careful with how I pronounce this then. Okay. 白头到老. Erica, what does that mean? Yeah, spot on, thank you. Yeah. So what that literally means, that sort of character by character, is white hair together old. And that is something that's often said during a Chinese wedding to wish two people the best wishes in growing old together. So both of you are very far from old, and both of you, particularly Pravina, are very far from having grey hair. But on this great occasion, I'd love to wish you the best in the future. Thank you for inviting me into both of your lives, and I hope to remain there. Thank you.